Good morning. So my name is Ray. So today webinar is about lightweight, last design review, the feature, SpeedPak. So which one to choose for my purpose? So basically, in this webinar session, it will tell you like how to handle last assembly. Like if you're having a last assembly, so it will show you like what tool in SolidWorks can help you to handle all different last assembly. Okay. So in the overview, this webinar session actually demonstrates how to bring SolidWorks 2 into your last assembly process. If you're having a assembly which is like thousands of components, so in this webinar it will tell you like what type of tool you can use to reduce the size of your assembly and also like help to you to boost up your performance. Okay. So basically in this webinar, what we will be talking about is how the tool is lightweight, last assembly mode, last design review, SpeedPak, and also the feature. So all these two basically you can find in SolidWorks, like under the tool option or in assembly mode when you are in assembly mode. So about lightweight, if you set the component to lightweight, it will reduce the file size when you open or increase and also increase the speed. So for last assembly mode actually involves a set of options based on an assembly. So with the minimum number of components. So you can set number of components, and when you reach certain amount of components, so when you open the file, you straight into last assembly mode. So about last design review. So last design review actually let you to see open a large assembly really quickly, while it's still retaining the capability that are useful when conducting design review for assembly. So about SpeedPak is a configuration that reduces the file size of a sub-assembly by reducing it to a selectable faces. We're selecting the face or the component, so we can suppress all the other components which we didn't select. About the feature, if you use the feature the feature tool, we can remove the details from a part or assembly so to simplify the graphic and improve our performance. So basically this is what we will see for today. So lightweight actually can apply to sub-assembly and parts. So the parts that you set to a lightweight, so basically it doesn't have a feature, it cannot see the feature anymore, and when you are in a lightweight. So basically you will load subsets of component into memory. And so in sub-assembly, in the lightweight mode, they are loaded without mains. And you also reduce necessary data, so it make your assembly faster. So if you see here in this picture here, the bottom right picture, so if you want to set it to lightweight, basically you just right click the component. So you just set to right click component, you're able to see the set lightweight to resolve. So in lightweight mode, so what can you do when you're in the lightweight mode? Once you can open the assembly in lightweight, or you also can set it a component one by one into lightweight. So when you're in a lightweight mode, so you will be able to see the icon. The icon you will see is a blue color feather, as you see in the picture at the bottom right picture. So you can see a blue color feather, which means the components is in the lightweight. So what can you do? So you can add and remove mains You also can do edges or face and component selection. You can use the mesher to measure everything. You can do section properties, mesh properties. You also can do exploiter view as well, interference detection, collision detection. You can do dimension and so section view. Well, you can do all of this, but there's no feature in the feature manager. So what you cannot do in lightweight. So in lightweight, you cannot edit the equation. They are referred to lightweight components. So export to others file type, and so you cannot calculate the review time. So that this is the downside of using lightweight. So for lightweight, if you look at the SolidWorks, so to set it to lightweight, basically you right click it, and you can see that set component to lightweight. So when you click set resolve to lightweight, so this component will automatically set to lightweight. So if I click on lightweight, as you can see here in the component, you can see that it's visually there's a blue color feather icon over there. So it means it currently now in the lightweight mode for this yoke cylinder. Okay. Okay, now I go back to my. So you also can set like automatically open all your assembly into lightweight mode without like selecting one by one to become lightweight. So you basically can go to option. You go to option, and then you can go into assembly. So you can see here, you can see automatically look lightweight. So you should take this every time when you open a large assembly. So if you go to, it's automatically loaded in lightweight. Okay, so you see here, if I set it to lightweight, so you can see here it's a blue color feather. So if it's come up a red color feather, it means your components is out to date. So if your component out to date, so you need to refresh it, so it will become back to blue color. So blue is a updated one. Is a blue red color one is the out to date like components. Okay. Okay, so when can you use the lightweight actually? So basically you can use it like every times every day, because there are a lot of benefit in lightweight, and also you can do almost everything. Everything is actually almost impossible to do it. So basically you can set it to a default setting, because there are no major downside and also not really any serious limitation. So lightweight you can actually use it every day that you want. So what's the advantage and disadvantage of the lightweight? So about the advantage, so lightweight is really easy to use because you can set it at default, or it's right click, just one button to set it to lightweight. It also gives you a faster review because it doesn't have the feature in the feature manager there, and also there are less data get loaded because of no feature. So so the computer don't have to run all the feature one by one. So basically it just reduce the open time, and so in your drawing creation time, you basically also reduce it. So about the disadvantage, so there are potentially some out of date components. So you will see red color feather, that means they are out of date, and also there may be some delay when there are a lot of components from lightweight just to get resolved. So when you are changing your lightweight components, like thousands of components, change back to resolve, there will be like sometimes a bit of laggy. So which is take some time to get resolved. Okay. So next one. So about large assembly mode. So we're going to large assembly mode now. So in large assembly mode, so what actually is it actually collection of system setting and also load components all in lightweight, and there are also options that are controllable, so you can set the option by yourself, and there are also less graphic information, so you speed up. So if I go to SolidWorks, so if I wish to make this component to a large assembly mode, basically I can go to the option. So in the assembly, so I will see large assembly. So there will, in below here, there's a tick that use large assembly mode to improve performance whenever working with assembly containing more than this number of components. So it means that I can set a number right here. So I can set like 500, let's say I set 500 here. So whenever there are more than 500 components, so the SolidWorks will open your component in lightweight or change it to lightweight and change it to large assembly mode. So whenever it reaches this amount of components. Okay, so in here, so I'll go back to my slide. Okay, so there are so if you see at my bottom right picture, so basically this is in the option there. So it show you what's the controllable option. So what you can set is the large assembly mode threshold. So maybe you set the number of what's the number of large assembly you want to, it means the number of limit that you want to reach and return to lightweight and turn to large assembly mode. Okay, and also you can click that to no save auto recover info, and also you can hide reference geometry. Also can no edge display in shaded mode, and also no review and switching window. So basically this is a controllable option. You can set this option whenever you want to untick or tick that. So to set this option, so let me go back to SolidWorks. So the same thing, go to option. So we go to option and assembly. So I can see that in the last assembly. So once I set a number in the bottom there, I also can put in which option that I want to use and below there. Okay. Let me go back to the slide. Okay. So this is controllable option. So and then we also got there's some automatic option that you cannot control. So when you open in the last assembly mode, so they actually will help you do out of date lightweight check. So basically in red color feather, it will help you to check that. And also when we save, when you click the save button, actually the software will help us save the update. But in the last assembly mode, they will not have mass update when you save. And you also cannot see the shadow. You cannot turn on the rear view. So when you're dragging the component, like in drawing or anything, you cannot see the content. It just come out blank. And also hidden line remove, and also the graph quality you cannot be controlled. So it's set by the large assembly mode. And also if you reduce the level of detail, you also reduce the level of detail. Okay. So basically, in this table here, so it shows that when you are in the last assembly mode, what is the impact in your drawing, in the drawing display style, the displays, the feature manager, performance, and also toolbar and menu. So the right hand side, the column there, basically it will tell you like what happened when you are in the last assembly mode. Okay. And then, so we go to the advantage. And so this advantage of the last assembly mode. So about the advantage, so in last assembly mode, so you can set up to be automatically engaged. That means you can set a certain amount of components. So you will automatically go into a last assembly mode. And then also you can scale to fit custom requirements. There are some controllable options. So you can select the option so to fit your custom requirements. It also can be used to distinguish between small and large assembly. So it's also performance related setting in different area. I'll come to the disadvantage. So there are some impact on your graphic, and also some setting that cannot be influenced, like automatic setting like some other setting that you cannot be influenced. So then you see that's a disadvantage of last assembly mode. So when can you use the last assembly mode? So whenever you are dealing with very last assembly, basically you can just turn it on last assembly mode, or the system will automatically turn on the last assembly mode. So basically you will speed up your system interaction. It's also a one-click solution for different performance related area. So it gives different behavior for small and large assembly. Okay, so go to the next one. So now we come to last design review. So about last design review basically is give you a quicker way to open the assembly. So it enable you open a very large assembly very quickly, while also retaining capability that are useful when conducting design review of assembly. So basically it gives you limited assembly functionality, but it will enable you to like quickly open the huge assembly very quickly, and also give you navigate. So you also can do some walkthrough. You can do walkthrough in the last assembly review. You also can do measure. You can use to measure the dimension. You can do section. Section is able to do in last design review. You're also able to hide components. So now go back to my SolidWorks. So I wish to open a component in large design review. Let me close this file. So I wish to open the assembly in large design review. You see, I just go to open. So if I in this window, so as you can see here, the mode. So you can open in resolve, lightweight, last assembly mode, or last design review. So if I wish to open in last design review, basically I can just in the open, I just change my mode to whichever that I want. So you can change it to lightweight over here, open in all the component in lightweight, also open all the component in large assembly mode, or you can do it like open in large design review. So let's say I click a large design review over here, and I click open. So you come up a small window that tell you what you can do when you are in large design review. And what's the capability is remain. So you click OK. So currently I'm in the large design review. So if you see on the left hand side here about the icon, so you will see a eye icon over there, which means you are in a large design review mode. So you can do measure, you can do section view, snapshot, show height components, and all others this, and walk through. So basically this is the one that you can do. You can do walkthrough. You can do walkthrough, something like that. This is what you can do in last design review. Okay. So this basically is all you can do in last design review. Okay. Now let me go back to my slide. So in last design review, so you can visualize large assembly on screen, and also you can investigate the assembly structure. You can see back all the structure of the assembly. You also can navigate the feature tree. You also can load the assembly components. You also can open. You're also able to open the components for editing. So about editing, so whenever you are in last design review, you cannot do the edit. You have to right click the mouse button and you click the open component. So you can do the editing in once you open the components. You also can able to do section view. You can do section view, everything will be fine. So there are also some other things you can do, like create a snapshot, like with the commands. So you also can do the measure of the dimension, height and show components. So basically this is what you can do in last design review. If you go to what you cannot do and what's the downside of last design review, so basically there are some missing information, like your assembly feature, they are missing in your feature manager. Their assembly feature is missing. There are some components pattern that's missing. So let's say in assembly, you are using the mate to do assembly. There are also no mate in the last design review. In the OB, actually only will show you the last safe configuration. Okay. So whenever you are doing some isolate, so you cannot save the isolate in another display state. You only can you isolate it, but you cannot save it in display state. So it's about the measurement, like when you're doing the measure in last design review. So look at the picture over there. It says that measurement reported in last design review are approximate. So whenever we are doing measurement in last design review, so it just gives you a approximate value. It doesn't give you a very accurate value. If you wish to get a very accurate measurement, you must resolve the components. So when you are doing a section view, there are so like no plane will show up in the section view. You just come out section view. So you cannot do the main, as the main is missing, so you cannot do main. And also when you want to save, you are only able to save after you do the snapshot or walkthrough creation. Only able to do the save. Okay. To the next one. So about the advantage and disadvantage of last assembly review. So the advantage, you are able to open the last assembly in like a quarter of time, and compared to a fully resolved assembly, you can reduce it until a quarter of time. Just need a quarter of time to open it a large assembly. So this, if for viewing without doing some others meeting, just for viewing, it's very good for your viewing because you can do the walkthrough. Basically, you can walk through the whole assembly to see what really going on, all the detailing, and also you have the assembly information. So whenever you want to like open the components for assembly, you are able to do that. You are able to right click and just open the component or assembly. And about the disadvantage, so you cannot do the assembly editing capabilities as you didn't get the bit. And also there are some limited functionality when it last this design review. So it always require addition action in order to edit the assembly. So basically, I did a testing in a model by using last design review, lightweight, and last assembly mode, and fully resolved. So in a fully resolved, when I'm trying to open that, it takes like 180 seconds, about 180 seconds to open one fully resolved component. But in a lightweight mode, I take like 40 seconds to open it. In the last assembly mode, it took me 37 seconds to open it. While in last design review, I only took me like 13 seconds to open it. So it basically reduced from full resolve of 180 seconds to open the assembly, it reduced to 13 seconds. It's basically some less than quarter. You always less than quarter. So basically, it will save you a lot of time when you open to view it. So when should you use it? So you use it like in visual inspection, or you measure distance, or you just want to a quick overview and just like open a specific area of component, you can use that. And also you can do if you want to do some foundation for design review, if you want to do snapshot, measurement, or some walkthrough. So this is what you can use. So now go to the next one, SpeedPak. So about the SpeedPak. So basically SpeedPak, it usually creates a simplified configuration of an assembly without losing reference. And also it also applies to only assembly. It is only applied to assembly. There are also like no real geometry in the feature tree. So graphic geometry get hidden on mouse or mouse over. And it also requires user input. It requires user input. So SpeedPak information is only saved inside of assembly. So okay, so what can you do in SpeedPak? In SpeedPak, when you're in the assembly, it will include like real geometry, and you also can see the reference geometry is available. Then you also can see the receiver sketch. You can see the receiver sketch. So you also can replace the configuration with SpeedPak, and also replace SpeedPak with configuration. Basically, in a SpeedPak, it's something like a configuration. Basically, you suppress all others component that you didn't select. So SpeedPak configuration, you only load information that require to maintain reference at the top assembly level. So you can in drawing, you also can create a drawing view from SpeedPak. And also dimension is to real geometry. Now we come to what you cannot do. So in assembly mode, you cannot edit the assembly in SpeedPak configuration. You cannot do mate to graphical geometry. The other graphical geometry, you cannot do mating. You are also not able to do interference check with graphical geometry. So same as in drawing as well. There are no dimension. Cannot do dimension to graphical geometry. Okay. So to do a SpeedPak, let me close this. Okay. Okay, so when you want to do a SpeedPak, so basically I just right click that and you will come to a SpeedPak option. So you can create a SpeedPak by just clicking it. So whenever you see this icon, so basically you can see that you are using a SpeedPak. Okay. So you also can see the circle. If you hide some of the components, let me try this one. So SpeedPak. So now, so there's a circle. It will suppress the component when my mouse is over, but it will still retain the information or others components. And you will see the icon here, it will show you a SpeedPak. So you are in the SpeedPak in these two components. Okay. So what's the advantage and disadvantage of your SpeedPak? So about the advantage, you basically open large assembly very quickly, and so you get to maintain your mate. And about the disadvantage, you cannot do assembly editing in SpeedPak. So you also have to manually create the SpeedPak. You do it like set it the SpeedPak one by one by yourself. And whenever you change the components, you need to manually maintain the SpeedPak. So basically you need some work to do the SpeedPak, some additional effort. Okay. So about maintain the SpeedPak. So how do we maintain the SpeedPak? How to maintain it? So we update the SpeedPak on configuration. We also update all SpeedPak in the assembly environment. So when should you use the SpeedPak? So when you are doing some visible representation of an assembly, it's good for you to use a SpeedPak. And also like few make required, or when you handle huge assembly, as for example like plant construction and layout, and also some large designing machines. SpeedPak is very useful to handle that. So you also hand over simplified assembly without sub-assembly and parts. Okay, so now we come to the feature. About the feature, so the feature basically is a alternate technique to simplify assembly components. So by using the defeature tool, so you basically can remove the details from a part or assembly and save the result into a new file. But the new file, the detail of in your new file, they are replaced by some dumb solid. Okay. So for a dumb solid basically is a solid that without a feature, definition, or history. So basically, this tool is often that I used to share file without reviewing all the design details of the model. So another benefit is basically the simplified model can improve the performance by simplifying the graphics and model information, and also reduce the review time. So and then once you apply the defeature, so in the new file, you will get the same mass and the same center of gravity as assigned when you assign the mass properties. So this you can do it in parts or assembly. So basically remove the details and also remove internal cavities, and also the detail are replaced by dumb solid. So if you look at the picture at the bottom there, so you will see that when you apply the picture, when I'm doing some section view, so basically the cavity will just fill up with a dumb solid. Okay, go to the next one. So what can you do in the feature? You can simplify the parts or component like the picture at the below, before and after. So before you apply the defeature tool, you get all the details, and once you apply it, it will just cover all the cavities and also take out the detailing of your component. You also can do made to the feature part. You are able to do that. Collision detection. They are alright for do collision detection. And also assembly motion. The assembly motion is alright. So this is what you can do after you use the feature too. And what you cannot do. So in the feature, once you apply the feature, so you only can access feature. You cannot access feature information. You can't access the feature information anymore. You cannot maintain the made as well. If you see as the picture at the below, right below corner, left hand side, which is the before I apply the defeature, and the right hand side is after I apply the defeature. So as you can see on the left hand side, on the top one is before I apply the section view, and the bottom one is in the section view. So on the left hand side, you can see all the details, like all the detailing inside the section view, all the components is inside, everything will show up there. But once I apply the defeature, as you can see on the right hand side in the transparent mode, the inside basically is replaced by a dumb solid. So when I'm doing a section view, it will just come out a whole solid, the solid that just replace all the cavities. But we are still able to do mass, see the mass and center of gravity. Okay. So now we come to the advantage and disadvantage of the feature. So about the advantage, so it simplifies the geometry. So you also remove the feature and also fill up the cavity. And go to the disadvantage. So in the feature mode, basically you have to manually create it, you have to maintain it, and also means cannot be maintained. You have to maintain. So when should you use the feature? So about the feature, when you want use it when you want to simplify a part or assembly. So you will remove. You want to do some part remove, feature remove, or cavity remove. So basically, you can use the feature. Okay. So about another thing, when there are features should not be exposed. So that we will something there are no feature history or no dimension or tolerance. So the feature mode is a good thing to use. Okay. So for the summary, so we talk about lightweight, large assembly mode, large design review, SpeedPak, the feature. For extra information, if you there's another way to simplify your assembly. They are just using a configuration by just suppressing it. So you're also able to get another, it's like a manually tool to do the feature, to do the simplify for your large assembly. So in the summary of all the tools, so actually there are different tasks require different tool. So in the lightweight, so basically we use it for everyday, for all the purpose. Lightweight you can use it like whenever in any assembly. It's very useful. You can use it just every time, every day. Just set it to a default setting by just using it every day. And about large assembly mode. So when you use it, when you are collection of performance tool and large design review, you use it when you are doing some review, some quick review or fast review, or some walkthrough snapshot. You use the large design review. Or SpeedPak you use in let's say like plant construction or layout or some machining that have very complicated design that you wish to see the inside without expressing it. So you use the SpeedPak. And about the feature, what is now? When you want to protect your intellectual properties, you will see the feature. You will see the feature. You get a simplified detail, and you also fill the cavity. So you can use the feature. Okay. So if you want to customize your own tool, basically you can just use simplified assembly, like just create an extra configuration by just doing it by yourself. So before you are using the tool, you need to identify the requirements or the case. So you can select the matching tool and apply it. So I hope this will help you to reduce your trouble with your daily works by using all the tools I said just now. Alright, so thank you very much. So this comes to the end of section of this webinar. I hope this can help you to handle your